Have you ever wondered about the enigmatic life of Rasputin, a figure shrouded in mystery and controversy? This question has intrigued historians, scholars, and the curious minds alike for over a century. The story of Rasputin is a complex tapestry of fact, fiction, and speculation that continues to captivate the imagination. Rasputin, often referred to as the Mad Monk, was a Russian mystic who wielded significant influence over the last Tsar and Tsarina of Russia. His life and mysterious death are subjects of intense debate and speculation. The significance of studying Rasputin's life is twofold. Firstly, it sheds light on a critical period in Russian history, marked by political upheaval and social unrest. Secondly, it offers a fascinating study of charisma, influence, and power dynamics at play in high-stakes political scenarios. Contrary to popular belief, Rasputin was not merely a dark and sinister figure. Many accounts suggest that he was a complex individual, possessing a unique blend of charisma, spiritual fervor, and political savvy. His life was marked by several controversies, from allegations of debauchery to accusations of wielding undue political influence. Rasputin's story is a captivating tale of intrigue, power, and the human propensity for manipulation and control. It extends beyond the confines of historical accounts and ventures into the realm of psychological and social dynamics. Understanding the enigma of Rasputin can offer valuable insights into the human psyche, power dynamics, and the complex interplay of charisma and influence. Rasputin's life is a significant chapter in the annals of world history, providing a fascinating glimpse into the power dynamics, social influence, and charismatic leadership that have shaped human societies across ages. Understanding the life and mysteries of Rasputin is the first step towards demystifying the complex and often misunderstood dynamics of power and influence. As we delve deeper into this fascinating subject, we hope to shed light on the intriguing facets of human nature and the power of charisma. Rasputin's journey to the pinnacle of power in Russia is truly an enigma. Born in 1869 in Siberia, this self-proclaimed holy man emerged from the humblest of backgrounds, a peasant family with no apparent influence or power. Yet Rasputin's charismatic personality and his claims of a religious awakening in his youth would soon catapult him into the very heart of Russian power dynamics. Weaving a captivating tale of spiritualism and mysticism, Rasputin managed to gain the trust and admiration of the Russian elite, including Tsar Nicholas II and his family. This unprecedented rise to power, despite lacking formal education or aristocratic lineage, underlines the compelling allure of charisma and the potency of faith in shaping human societies. As we explore this remarkable journey, we delve deeper into the intricacies of power, influence, and the human capacity to transcend social norms and expectations. Rasputin's life and influence were not solely based on his charisma or spiritual claims. He was also renowned for his alleged mystical healing powers. It was these powers that propelled him into the limelight, drawing followers from all walks of life, and further solidifying his position within the Russian elite. The most notable demonstration of Rasputin's supposed healing abilities came when he was summoned to treat the Tsarevich Alexei, the hemophiliac heir to the Russian throne. Despite the best efforts of conventional medicine, the young Tsarevich remained in constant pain and his life hung in the balance. With Rasputin's intervention, however, Alexei's condition seemed to improve, a miracle that greatly endeared Rasputin to Tsarina Alexandra. This episode not only amplified Rasputin's reputation as a mystical healer, but it also cemented his place within the inner circle of the Russian monarchy. It was a testament to the power of belief, the allure of the supernatural, and the desperate lengths to which people will go to save those they love. As we continue to unravel the enigma that is Rasputin, we find ourselves constantly questioning the nature of power, the role of faith, and the blurred lines between reality and perception. As Rasputin's fame as a mystical healer grew, so too did his sway over the royal Romanov family, particularly Tsarina Alexandra. Having witnessed what she perceived as a miracle in the recovery of her son, Tsarevich Alexei, the Tsarina was convinced of Rasputin's divine powers. This conviction made her susceptible to Rasputin's influence, which extended far beyond his role as a spiritual advisor. Rasputin began to hold sway over political matters, advising on appointments and policy decisions. This was a man of peasant origins, with no formal education or political background, holding a significant influence over the governance of an empire. This unprecedented influence did not go unnoticed by Russian high society and government circles. Many began to view Rasputin with suspicion and disdain, perceiving him as a manipulator exploiting the Tsarina's faith for personal gain. This perception was not entirely baseless. Rasputin, aware of the power his position held, was known to indulge in excesses and leverage his royal connections for personal benefit. However, despite the growing unrest and opposition, Rasputin's position within the royal household remained secure, largely due to the unwavering faith of Tsarina Alexandra. This chapter of Rasputin's life serves as a stark reminder of the dangers of unchecked influence and the power of belief, as well as the vulnerability of those in power to manipulation. As we delve deeper into the life of this enigmatic figure, we continue to grapple with his complex legacy and the profound impact he had on the course of Russian history. Our journey into Rasputin's life takes a darker turn as we examine his controversial lifestyle. This self-proclaimed holy man was notorious for his excessive drinking and alleged promiscuity, indulging in relationships with numerous women. His debauchery was in stark contrast to his public persona of a spiritual healer and advisor, further fueling resentment and animosity amongst the Russian populace and nobility. The man who claimed to hold divine powers was often seen in taverns, reveling in alcohol-infused binges. His behavior was scandalous, particularly in the eyes of the Russian Orthodox Church and the nobility, who saw his actions as blasphemous and disgraceful. His indiscretions were not limited to his drinking habits. Rasputin was rumored to have had numerous sexual encounters, some even with women from the upper echelons of society. These rumors, whether true or not, painted a picture of a man far removed from the spiritual image he projected. This paradoxical lifestyle was a significant factor in his downfall. His actions were seen as a mockery of the faith he purported to represent, leading to growing public outrage. The nobility, already wary of his influence over the Tsarina, saw in his behavior further proof of his manipulative nature. As we shall see in the next chapter, this growing resentment and distrust would ultimately lead to a plot against Rasputin, marking the beginning of his tragic end. Despite his controversial lifestyle and eventual downfall, Rasputin's influence on the Romanov family and his role in the Russian Empire's final days cannot be underestimated. Stay tuned as we continue to uncover the enigmatic life of Rasputin. As the world was engulfed in the chaos of World War I, Rasputin's influence reached far beyond the confines of the royal palace. He was not just a spiritual advisor anymore, he was now a political influencer. With Tsar Nicholas II away at the front, Rasputin found himself in a position of unprecedented power. The Tsarina, Alexandra, heavily relied on his advice, not just for matters of faith, but for state affairs as well. Rasputin's decisions were often seen as undermining the war effort and the credibility of the monarchy. His recommendation to replace competent ministers with his own cronies was viewed as a blatant misuse of power, contributing to the growing discontent among the Russian people. The Tsarina's blind faith in Rasputin, coupled with his controversial decisions, led to a rapid decline in public faith in the monarchy. This was a critical factor that fueled the revolutionary sentiments brewing in the hearts of the Russian populace, leading to the fall of the Romanov Dynasty. Rasputin's political influence during World War I, therefore, was not just a testament to his personal power, but a catalyst for a revolution that would change the course of Russian history forever. As we move into our final chapter, we will explore the culmination of Rasputin's life, the dramatic end that mirrored his extraordinary life. Stay tuned to witness the final act in the enigmatic life of Rasputin. As we delve deeper into the enigma that was Rasputin, we find ourselves at the precipice of his life's final act. The year was 1916. Rasputin's influence had grown so vast and his actions so controversial that he had made numerous enemies among the Russian nobility. A group of nobles led by Prince Felix Yusupov decided to take matters into their own hands. They conspired to kill Rasputin in a bid to save the monarchy from further disgrace. The assassination attempt itself was as dramatic as Rasputin's life. Yusupov invited Rasputin to his palace, where he offered him wine and cakes laced with cyanide. However, to everyone's astonishment, the poison seemed to have little effect on Rasputin. Frustrated, Yusupov shot Rasputin multiple times, but even then, Rasputin did not succumb. He tried to escape, only to be shot again and finally thrown into the icy Neva River, where he met his end. The death of Rasputin was as mysterious and dramatic as his life. The man who had wielded immense influence and power, who had been a spiritual guide, a healer, and a political advisor, met a brutal end at the hands of those who had once revered him. But even in death, Rasputin left behind a legacy that would forever remain etched in the annals of world history. In our next segment, we'll explore the aftermath of Rasputin's death and the role it played in the imminent Russian Revolution. Stay tuned as we continue to unravel the enigmatic life and death of Rasputin. As we continue our journey through the enigmatic life of Rasputin, we now arrive at the aftermath of his dramatic demise. Rasputin's death was not just the end of a controversial figure, but it also marked a turning point in Russian history. The assassination of Rasputin, a man who had become a symbol of the corruption and decadence of the imperial court, was one of the events that precipitated the Russian Revolution of 1917. The Romanov Dynasty, which had ruled Russia for over 3 centuries, was on the brink of collapse. The people's dissatisfaction with the monarchy was at an all-time high, and Rasputin's influence over the royal family had only added fuel to the fire. His controversial lifestyle and the perceived control he had over the Tsar and Tsarina were seen as a reflection of the corruption within the monarchy itself. The assassination of Rasputin was seen by many as an attempt by the nobility to save the monarchy. However, it was too late. The people had lost faith in the Tsar and his government. Less than 3 months after Rasputin's death, the February Revolution broke out, leading to the abdication of Tsar Nicholas II and the end of the Romanov Dynasty. Rasputin's life and death had a profound impact on the course of Russian history. His story serves as a reminder of the power of influence, the dangers of unchecked authority, and the potential consequences of corruption. In our final segment, we will reflect on the lessons we can learn from Rasputin's life and his role in one of the most significant periods of world history.